So, how are you sitting right now as you are watching this video? Are you sitting straight, or are you slouched over, or are you even breathing fully, like full breaths into your stomach? And when was the last time that you were commuting somewhere and you listened to the birds, to the sounds of nature, like to the wind? And I apologize for that. So when was the last time you realized those things? Like when you were commuting, as I mentioned, it's a good example. When was the last time you actually looked at the buildings that are around? You looked at the sky, at the clouds, at the trees around you. When was the last time you have done something like that? And probably since you aren't really present most of the time, you haven't even realized like those weird lines in the sky. And everybody says that it's normal that every plane leaves those marks, but actually it's not that. It's something completely different, but I won't go into details because I will be considered as a conspiration theorist, and that's not something I want, and I don't want to get demonetized, so I'm not going to go into detail. But you won't see this stuff if you are always in your head, if you are always daydreaming, or if you are always and constantly stimulating yourself with distractions. Like when you are sitting alone in your room, when was the last time you haven't done anything? Like when was the last time that after you have finished a task, you have literally just sat there and looked at your wall? Like all the time. Like, and don't lie to yourself. All the time when you have nothing to do, you quickly grab your phone and you, I don't know, open YouTube, Instagram, any kind of social media, or maybe just Google, and you start typing something, whatever. Basically you grab something right away and you just have to indulge in something. You can't sit alone without any activity, and I believe that's a huge mistake. Like, of course, if you are literally unable to do that because, I don't know, you have ADHD, whatever, try to achieve it. Try to achieve the level where you will be able to sit and be still and do nothing, because you wouldn't be able to imagine how powerful it is. Like every morning, before you go to school, to work, before you commute anywhere, just sit at your balcony, sit at wherever, like, if you have the opportunity to sit somewhere outside, then do it, or stand if it's cold and you don't want to be sitting around, then stand outside at least for 5 minutes. And if that's too much, then sit or stand outside at least for 2 minutes, and at least 1 minute, like, it's still better than nothing. And do nothing whilst you are doing that, and just take in the nature, take in the views, just enjoy the moment. You wouldn't know how powerful that is. I read a book about it, which is called, hopefully I won't butcher the name, actually I have no idea how it was called, probably Miracle Morning, but I'm not sure, where the author mentioned, like, no, actually I think it was New Earth, and the author mentioned that it actually heals you. Like when you are standing still, or when you are still and you aren't doing anything, you are just taking in the moment, the present moment, it's actually healing you. And I believe that this statement is actually true. Like, if you don't believe me, whatever, I don't care. I just want to make you do it at least once. Like, it won't kill you, it won't damage you in any way. If you will go outside, if it's possible, then go outside. It's the best way to do it. If not, then just do it in your room. Put everything away and just sit still. If you really need to do something, then, I don't know, grab an object and just look at it, but don't use your brain. Don't create any thoughts related to that object. Just sit around, look at the object, take in how it looks, the shape of it, the texture, maybe even implement all the senses, like how it smells, if it makes any noise and stuff like that, and just take it all in, but don't create any thoughts connected to that object. Like I mentioned, which means don't start thinking that it's beautiful, that it's red, that it's I don't know, that it has a cubic shape. Don't say anything in your head. Be completely blank, still, and don't have any thoughts. And you wouldn't believe how powerful that is. If you are still, if you are not thinking, that's when your brain finally gets the moment to go through all the things that you have gone through all the thoughts, through everything, from the junk, from the gold which you have in your brain. It will go through all of that and try to get it into place, sort it out, whilst you are not doing anything. Because every time when you indulge in something, if you always are doing something distracting, you won't give your brain any time to sort itself out, and that will give you brain fog, that will make you react emotionally because you haven't gone through your emotions, since you are always indulging in something. And it's a powerful lesson, it's something that you must implement. Even if you think that it's pointless, if you think that there is no reason for you to do it, I still think that you should give it a try at least once and see for yourself if it works or if it doesn't, and then you can say to yourself if you want to do it or not. But don't say it to yourself right away that you won't do it because it's pointless. No, give it a try and you will see how amazing that is. And you wouldn't even imagine how important the present moment is, especially if you consider that our lives are literally just the present moment. We aren't living in the future, we aren't living in the past, we can only live in the present. And so it's a technique which you should implement just to increase the quality of your life. And so that's what I will leave you with in this video. Hopefully I managed to say it correctly and I managed to say everything I wanted to. And if you have any questions or if you want to add something, you can comment it down below. You can also comment if you like this style of videos, if you want, or maybe comment topics and things which you would want me to cover. And if there isn't really anything else, you can like the video at least to help me to continue making these videos. And afterwards, if you like these kinds of videos, you can watch this video next. And if you want to learn something else, then click on this video. And maybe you will finally realize how beautiful the nature is, especially since you haven't probably looked at it at all in these past few years, or maybe throughout your whole life.